Why do we keep doing that? No, like seriously, why do we keep doing that? Yesterday, I took Mocha for her annual vet appointment. She's an older girl now. She's 12. And there's a possibility that we'll still have her around for another 4 to 6 years. But, she's an older girl and she's got certain things that are more difficult for her now. It's funny to watch because, um, when she was a pup, she had an older half sister that the caregiver that came over to take care of my then wife's mom had, and she would bring with her. And Mocha was just rampant. She was just crazy. She would, pounce her constantly. And eventually her older, like you said, half sister would eventually just get tired of her and just kind of trounce her down on the ground. Um, I mean, it was cute, it was funny, but it was also you could understand the annoyment from it. Now things have changed to the other end of the spectrum. Now Mocha is the one that when the little pup that lives up the street wants to, dance around and pounce and Mocha will kind of put up with it for a while and then just kind of, puts the kibosh on it, right? Um, and as we were there, I was seeing something in Mocha that is so true for how I know I live my life. I'm sure you probably do too. And that is that concept of having different habits that we have that, we're not even totally sure why we do them. Um, you know, for Mocha especially, she loves people. All right. I mean, just absolutely adores being around people, would do anything for it. But yet, when you take her out into public, she doesn't really want to stay still. She doesn't really want to stay there and hang out and wait for, like, for example, the one little, I don't know, do you call them nurses at veteran? The lady that was working at the front desk that weighed Mocha and then took her into the room. She was all excited then and was just like, oh, yeah, I'll follow this lady everywhere. And then, of course, that lady went to go get the doctor. And it was just Mocha and I in the room. And, at first, Mocha's totally cool. She's like, here, pet my skull, rub my belly, all the typical Mocha things. And then something interesting happened because then she was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just ready to leave. Liz, glad to have you here with us. And no matter what I did, picked her up, petted her, any of those kind of things, she was just done. And it kind of created a little bit, not a bad case, but a little bit of anxiety with her. She was like walking around the room, pacing around, kind of whimpering at the door and scratching at this door and scratching at that door. And just absolutely no patience at all. She's a dog. I mean, they don't really understand things, and I totally got it. And it was sad and cute and cute and cute, because she's totally adorable. But the interesting part about it was what I had, the thoughts I was having in my own mind, and that's what are the things that we want in life, and then when we get them, when we're out in public, when we are with people, when we're getting the attention that we've been asking for, we really don't like it. Or, and whatever that might be. It might be you want to, drink more water, but you still drink soda. You want to, eat less food, but you still like big meals. It might be you want to, exercise every day, and yet some days you just don't feel up to it. It might be that you want to go live on social media however many every day like I do, or a couple times a week or whatever, and you just don't. There are also things that we do that we're like, oh man, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop having, for me, and I had to do this one. It's just like, okay, just no sugar, no flour, just can't have them. Just had to cut them out completely. And though there's still some things that I need to do on my health journey, I had to get to the place where I had to ask myself, why do you do that? Like, why do you keep doing that? I mean, seriously, you've gotten to the place with And first it was soda, and then I, got off of my massive Mountain Dew addiction, and then it was sugar, kind of a replacement for that. Probably not better, possibly even worse, you know. And eventually, you have to look at that and go, why do I keep doing that? I mean, I had to do that in my own life. And I was thinking about that today, and I was just thinking, that could be a really great discussion for us. I'd love to hear back from you. What are the kind of things that you do that you ask yourself, why do I keep doing that? And maybe even, if you're bold enough, maybe even, why do you keep doing it? Like, seriously, why do we keep doing that? I don't have the solutions for you completely, but I'm here with you, doing things on my side of the fence too, that I keep asking myself, why do I keep doing that? And I would love to hopefully offer you some of the comfort that, unfortunately, in Mocha's situation, she was just not getting her way, and wasn't really wanting anything else. Hopefully I can give you some comfort, and maybe together we can all look at our whys and do a little better. So let me know, why do we keep doing that? What are the things you keep doing, and why do you keep doing them? I hope you're happy, safe, warm, and loved. And then until we're together again next time, you have a great week.